Hello everyone. My name is Ed. Check in! Check in! I like gravy, Double D. You see, everyone, I am sitting here on this chair tonight. I am going to go live tonight, spin around in circles, just like the houses of haunted. Okay, that's enough. Guys, I was talking about earlier this week, but yeah, as you see, this is my costume I'm going to be wearing this weekend when I go out to Atlantic City for the weekend. It's for my cousin's bachelor party, and I know it's not 100% perfect, but I got the blue jeans, the striped shirt, thanks to someone that my mom knew. The green jacket, for the most part, I guess was close enough, but it's pretty much the closest I can get to being Ed this weekend. So that's my bag right there. I'm sorry this stream is coming late, guys. But what's going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993, or as I could say, hello, my name is Ed. Because I'm getting an Ed character vote. My wish has come true. I am Bata Toast. I'm all Ed up because, like I said, I'm dressed up as Ed for Halloween. Well, in Atlantic City this weekend. Again, here's the jacket I'm going to be using for the costume. But again, thanks to someone my mom knew from work who makes shirts. She was able to make me this red and white striped shirt. I think it came out pretty darn good. Again, sorry to stream those comedy late, guys. I was at the funeral home most of this afternoon and into the evening. Ate dinner with some family very late. And I had to come home and get packing for the trip. So at least tomorrow morning. So maybe again, I don't think I'm going to get the Takeover War Games 2 card done in time before I leave, because I definitely want to get 2 more floors of Halloween 3D done tonight before I go to bed. So I'll probably get that, and then I'll work on Takeover War Games card when I get back. After I watch Evolution on Sunday, probably, or maybe I'll get done tonight. Who knows? But I gotta be at my ride's house tomorrow for like 8:30. So, but anyways, guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993. Not hello, my name is Ed. Well, okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry, I'll stop. Because this is going to be a very interesting live stream. This is my top 10 special of the week, of course. And since this Sunday is the first ever WWE Women's Pay-Per-View, Evolution, although it may not be as big of a deal as it seems like. Again, some matches I talked about in my Evolution previews and predictions. Some matches could capitalize, some may not. But either way, though, let's end this month of October again, as we have been building up for Evolution, with my top 10 women's wrestlers of all time. It's not divas of all time. No Eva Marie's or Nikki Bella's or anybody else who's more just of a diva is going to be on this list. Although there is someone a couple people who are around in the Divas era that definitely did make this list, that more so definitely deserve it, because they always did show, perks of, wrestling ability and not just, being out there for their ass and whatnot. But we're going to go through that with my top 10 women's wrestlers of all time. Now, as I said a few weeks ago when we talked about women's / divas champions of all time, that list was kind of tough to make because I didn't want to make both these lists look similar. There are, of course, some repeats on this list from women's champions, but I put some new ones on this list as well that I felt deserved recognition as well, which I feel as these people, weren't known for the best title reigns, but they still were great talents. And, again, one person in particular, I feel it wasn't as known just for, titles, even though she did win a few other titles, but in women's titles, it's probably giving away who it is already. So I try to mix it up a little bit. And then, of course, make sure to stick around afterwards for the bonus topic. And again, all I can say, guys, is despite me dressing up like a cartoon character here, well, minus the jacket, again, the man himself is taking the cuffs off tonight. And he's going, I'm keeping it PG, but I'm going all out with this bonus topic. But again, it'll be PG. So, guys, let's check the live chat first, see what we got here. We've got Bowl of Eyes. What is going on, Bowl of Eyes? Yes, exactly. Again, Ed. Doing pretty good again. I worked the past couple days. Well, I work from home, but I did like an extra side project. Some extra work this week with a freelancer I interned with. So I doing pretty good. And I'm excited for this trip to Atlantic City tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun. But thank you for joining me, Bowl of Eyes. Hopefully we'll get some more people joining in the live chat. we kick off this stream. So let's get started, guys, here, because it's already the midnight. So I want to get my shower and then play a little more Halloween Wolf 3 before I go to bed. Anyway, so let's get started with the first the advertised list, the top 10 women's wrestlers of all time, followed by the bonus topic. So guys, please stick around for that bonus topic because it's going to be quite an interesting list for top 10s I have for that. Of course, that won't take as long to get through, but still, let's do this. Number 10. AJ Lee. Now, of course, AJ Lee was around during the Divas era, pretty much. She, of course, only got tagged with just the Divas Championship, and she was the 2012 Diva of the Year, as far as I know. And yes, she's best known for her true longest reign Divas Championship run of 296 days, not Nikki Bella's crap fest of 301 days. Of course, I say her best year character-wise was definitely 2012, when she kind of was like this psycho character known for doing the little kiss of death to cause Daniel Bryan to lose in 18 seconds at WrestleMania 28 to Sheamus. Of course, it's what made Daniel Bryan like the ultimate underdog. Everybody was, getting behind him, giving him hot reactions as he was slowly turned babyface, and he slowly got to the big star today. But AJ Lee, of course, as her future husband CM Punk would say, I dig crazy chicks, and AJ Lee definitely in 2012 was one crazy chick. She was with Daniel Bryan. Then she was with CM Punk. Had feelings for her, but Punk was like, I'm sorry, AJ, I'm not going to marry you. And then Kane got involved in that too. That was a little bit weird, but it eventually it randomly led to AJ Lee becoming the general manager of Raw briefly, until she apparently had a scandalous affair with John Cena, even though AJ Lee's single and whatnot, and their activities taking place outside of work. And that story kind of blew up a little bit, I'd say. But yeah, so in 1 year, AJ Lee kissed how many guys? And man, I'd sure be pretty lucky to be one of those guys. Just kidding. But her talents in the ring still were not overlooked as well. Despite being small, I felt she displayed a great display of women's wrestling talent in that ring. With her Black Widow finisher, Shining Wizard, and a few other moves. She definitely wasn't a full-on diva. Yes, she was hot, don't get me wrong, but she was still talented besides just coming out and being just a pretty face pretty much. And of course, she definitely deserved her 296-day Divas title reign that she got from like middle of 2014. Till 2013 up till the beginning. Till the night after WrestleMania 30 when she was dethroned by none other than Paige. So that's why AJ Lee, despite being just in the Divas era, is my number 10 on this list. Number 9 is Melina. Melina's someone who, I haven't seen too much of her work, I'll be honest. I've gone back and seen some of her work, and I definitely feel, despite the fact, again, she was, part of like the era, like after Trish and Lita, she's kind of falls in the same category as like where Mickie James falls, except Mickie James is a little bit higher up on this list. Melina definitely had the wrestling ability. She was a valet to Johnny Nitro and his tag team partner, John Morrison, before he became John Morrison. He was Johnny Nitro. He was a valet helping hit her team, the team she was valeting for, get to, I think, 3 tag title runs, I believe, before she became her own solo star in 2007, I believe. I believe she went on to win multiple women's and Divas championships. So she definitely had an art to her with her wrestling ability. I wouldn't say any of her title reigns have been completely memorable, but I still think, she was definitely, a strong talent in the ring from the highlights and what I've read about her. Again, I probably got seen a little bit more about her, but I wanted to include her on this list to be a little bit different than my top 10 female champions of all time list we got. Definitely made me think she could be a Hall of Famer someday. I was kind of hoping that, she'd be one person that the WWE would bring back for Evolution, unless, she was someone who just happened to turn it down, the offer, but that was not the case. And we're not going to be seeing Melina unless she's a surprise entrance somewhere in that battle royale, which again is kind of meh. I am about that. But again, multiple title runs with both the women's and divas championships. Again, kind of a little overshadowed because she was, right after, the Trish and Lita era. And of course, Mickie James probably one of the bigger women's names after them. But Melina, I think, definitely was right behind her as well. So that's why I give Melina my number 9 spot. What's up, Lauren? Nice you to join me. Hopefully you like my shirt for my Ed costume. I just kind of showed off a little bit in my introduction, of course. Again, here's the jacket right here I'm going to be wearing once again. And because I have to say it. I'm a woodpecker. Except with dirt. That's me if I get drunk in Atlantic City while wearing my Ed costume. Just kidding. I'm not gonna get drunk. I am probably, out of all the people going on this trip, probably gonna be the most sober out of all of them because I barely drink any alcohol to begin with. But yes, but I'm going a little too much. Anyways, but thank you for joining us, Lauren. As always, hopefully Bowl By is still there as well. She says Melina should be at Evolution. I agree. I don't know why she isn't. And Melina is in her top 5, and she had a nice shirt. Thanks. But yes, so far, though, for my top 10, again, number 10 was AJ Lee, and number 9 is Melina. And again, stick around also for the last portion, which was actually the bonus topic. And I'll give you one hint. It's one you suggested to me. That's all I'm going to say. But again, the cuffs will be going on the cuffs are going off of the man with that. But again, I'm keeping it PG. But okay, number 8 on my list is the recent she was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2017, Beth Phoenix. Again, Beth Phoenix, again, you also say like Mickie James and, well, we haven't got to Mickie yet, but Melina also, Beth Phoenix was part of an era where it was definitely probably challenging for her to put on, good matches. She still was able to put on some great matches, but she was given some crappy opponents to work, especially later on in her career, like at the beginning of 2010 and whatnot. But she was always like the powerhouse, more of a powerhouse wrestler, brought different display of women's power and aggression and whatnot. She is one of 3 women now to enter the men's Royal Rumble match also. So she was out there to make a statement as well. With that there. So, she had some good title reigns, of course, as women's, but mostly Divas champion, because that's where most of her career took place till she retired in 2012, I believe so. But, again, these top 10s aren't always just about championship runs. Beth had some good championship runs, but she had some ones that, were good, but, were tough for her to make solid because, again, she just didn't have the talent around her since she was, wrestling like right around the time where Mickie James was out the door and Melina was out the door. So it's like Beth Phoenix for like the first couple of years in the PG era, well, in the 2010 era, if you want to put it that way. She still, capitalized on what she was able to do. And of course she married Edge also. But I definitely think she's definitely another underrated talent of all time. And I definitely glad she entered the Hall of Fame. That's why Beth Phoenix is my number 8 on this list. Number 7 is Alundra Blaze. Again, one of the very few wrestlers from the 90s that, I was impressed with when I went back and watched the WrestleManias and the SummerSlams. Again, I always mention the one match that made me, that I really got behind Alundra Blaze was her match with Bull Nakano at SummerSlam 1994. She really, at the time, was one of the only, qualified women's wrestlers really on the WWE's roster in the 90s. Because that's when I think when she either retired or she left WWF to go like WCW or whatnot. She what was it called again? Yeah, she put the title in the trash or whatnot and put it in the bag, and it came back several years later, of course, right before Trish and Lita pretty much just stole the show with women's wrestling and whatnot. But Alundra Blaze is still someone who had a lot of hope and it was like that bright light shining in the mid-90s, so I always say, and that's why she is my number 7 on this list, Alundra Blaze. Number 6 is Mickie James. Mickie James, of course, as I said before, was like right around the time towards the end of the Lita and Trish era. We had Melina around her time as well. Again, Beth Phoenix in there a little bit, but again, Beth Phoenix, got more of a spotlight, I'd say, after, Mickey's career died down and Melina's as well. But Mickie James, what can I say about her? She's a 7-time or 6-time, I always forget, 6-time women's champion. I believe it's 7. I keep forgetting. Of course, her recent run with WWE has been kind of meh. I mean, it was interesting when she came back and she first wrestled Asuka in a great match at NXT TakeOver Toronto, and she came back and was partnered up with Alexa Bliss, and randomly split up like 2 months later, which I didn't get that. She went to Raw, was directionless for a while, then they randomly put her back with Alexa. And yeah, she's on TV a lot more often than she was before. But her run back has made her feel kind of pointless. But of course, so the best from Mickie James was definitely in 2006 when she was Psycho Mickie James. Being obsessed over Trish Stratus, kissing her a couple times also, just playing the mind games with her. Yes, she had that inappropriate gesture at WrestleMania 22 with the international peace sign, pretty much. But she definitely showed, she was one that could definitely hang with the likes of Trish Stratus and Lita back then, of course. And apparently what I heard rumors of, she had full control of the Psycho Mickie character. She was, coming up with the stuff that she was doing. And it made her stand out, made her unique. And there's no doubt about it. She's already, even though this run for her has been kind of crappy, she's already a legend. And she is a future Hall of Famer as well. That's why Mickie James is number 6 on my list. So far, again, I'm starting kind of flying through this, but again, I gotta get up a decent time tomorrow, and I have my bonus topic still to get to, so make sure to stay tuned for that. So my top 10 women's wrestlers of all time. Number 10, AJ Lee. Number 9 is Melina. Number 8 is Beth Phoenix. Number 7 is Alundra Blaze, and number 6 is Mickie James. Live chat. Let me see here. I think are you partying or trick-or-treating? Partying. I'm probably going to go into a couple bars or gambling, dressed up, whatnot. Are you sure Melina isn't going to show? As of now, I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if Melina's showing up. I mean, it would be good if she showed up, but because I remember hearing rumors that she was going to have a match with Naomi. But then that kind of went nowhere. So, I mean, if she's in that Battle Royal, or if she's in some other ways, I would love to see her there. But I'm not sure. Let's see here. Thought AJ would be in your top 3. I mean, AJ was good, but I still feel there's a few others that proved being better than her. But AJ was good. Beth is awesome. She feuded with Mickie and Melina and Candice, but if she was around long, she could have faced AJ. Yes. Sasha and Michelle, which would have been good. Cool. Also, maybe Becky and Charlotte would have been great feuds as well for Beth Phoenix. So, of course, she retired to let's see. I lost my train of thought. Completely. I'm sorry. Alundra Blaze, yes. I definitely was a fan of Alundra Blaze, going back and seeing her old stuff. She was good, but didn't like her too much. No worries. Do you think Sable was a pioneer? Her wrestling ability wasn't bad from the matches I've seen from her, but I still think she was still more out there for the look and whatnot. But I still think she has had some good wrestling matches. As far as a pioneer for complete women's wrestling, not too sure. If I should say that. Mickey's prime was from 06 to 09. Definitely. I think I still feel her strongest was still in 06. Do you think Mickie should surpass Trish's record? I mean, isn't Charlotte about to pretty much? I wouldn't mind seeing Mickie surpass it, but again, her booking just could definitely have been better this time around. Mickie wrote the storyline 06, but it was supposed to be Lita that she had a crush on. I did not know that was gonna be. It was supposed to be Lita instead of Trish, but that was interesting. But I would have been fine with seeing Lita and Mickie. Is this women's wrestling? Women's wrestling. I'm not sure what you're trying to say, or Lauren. I can't tell what you're trying to say. Is this women's wrestling loose or appearances? I'm not sure what you're trying to say there, but just clarify that with me. But I think with that being said, I will continue to move on, of course, with this live stream. Again, so far, here's my list for my top 10 women's wrestlers of all time. Again, make sure to stay tuned for the bonus topic. Again, number 10, AJ Lee. Number 9 is Melina. Number 8 is Beth Phoenix. Number 7 is Alundra Blaze. Number 6 is Mickie James. Oh, I know. You guys can distract him. Well, I go yell for help. We are to help, you idiot. Load the bridge is falling down. Okay, I'm in too much of an mood tonight. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, is there water in here? No, there isn't. Let's move on to my top 5 of all women's wrestlers of all time. Number 5 is Mae Young. You know, I've already talked about Alundra Blaze. I feel like I don't give enough credit to Mae Young. Of course, you know, they have the Mae Young Classic named after her. You know, she showed signs of women's wrestling like years and years ago. Of course, and even at her old age, she was still able to get in the ring and entertain us just by, you know, just being an old woman, showing up and just doing crazy stunts. Later on in the career, yeah, I know she was involved with Mark Henry when he was sexual chocolate and whatnot, and they gave birth to the Hand, which my one friend says they should have brought back the Hand all grown up for Raw 25. They did not, unfortunately, but you know, it is what it is. But I mean, even though I wouldn't consider Mae Young, well, like the true pioneer of women's wrestling, I still give that credit to Trish and Lita. She did show some interesting life in the women's division, kind of like what Alundra Blaze did. And the reason why I gave her a little higher credit is because Mae Young literally has a classic named after her, the Mae Young Classic, which last night's match, I got to mention this, guys, but last night's semifinals match with Toni Storm and Meiko Satomura, I recommend checking out because honestly, that may be my women's match of the year. Again, I've been leaning towards the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, but I'm pretty sure if that match would have happened before I did my top 10 women's wrestling matches of all time last week, I'm pretty sure you would have seen that match between Toni Storm and Alundra Blaze appear on that list. But yeah, Mae Young again definitely, you know, was one of the first true female talents. Even at her old age, she still went in there and entertained me. She did train the Fabulous Moolah, even though Fabulous Moolah didn't quite leave a good taste with people with the Divas there. Also, kind of like you know, making sure no one else can outdo her and whatnot. But so I just really put Fabulous Moolah on the list. But definitely Mae Young deserves to be on one of the top women's wrestlers of all time. That's why she is my number 5. Number 4, I hope I don't get any heat for this one, but my number 4 on my list is Charlotte. You know, Charlotte is already a 7-time women's champion, I believe. Divas, and then women's champion for Raw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think, yeah, 6 plus the Divas Championship. She's a 6-time women's champion, a 7-time champion in general. I believe that's what it is, if I'm counting correctly. I mean, if you want to count her NXT women's title reign, she has 8 championship runs in her career. And I get it, you know, some people, again, you know, the booking today, they're trying to make her that white knight baby face that is not working at all. People want to boo her because of the situation she's in with Becky Lynch, even though that feud, minus that, is still been really great. A great storyline, and I've really enjoyed that from start to finish. Just, again, don't keep Becky being, I guess, typical cowardly heel whatnot, which drives me crazy. Can't take away the credit that how great Charlotte has definitely still been, despite all that. You know, she when she had turned heel at the beginning of 2016, again, as I always put over Charlotte, that she at that time I felt was not just one of the best women's wrestlers on the roster, but one of the best superstars in general of all time. She was just great as a heel, arrogant, easy to get that heat behind her, talented in the ring in general. Again, part of that great triple threat match at WrestleMania 32 that brought back the women's championship against Sasha and Becky, 3 women who had came up, you know, after WrestleMania 31 to make statements on the main roster. And that match just cemented it all. She had the feud with Sasha Banks, which, yeah, despite the fact they probably had a little too many matches, that was still one of the better. That was still, like, you know, an eye-opening feud for, you know, the women's evolution. You know, I feel if they could have dug deeper sooner, I feel like that could have definitely been AJ Lee and Paige's feud. what else want to say there? But yeah, I mean, not just the fact she's Ric Flair's daughter. I mean, she started wrestling later in her career, and yeah, again, given the fact that she does get a lot of opportunities, she still has been able to put on some great matches in her careers, like Sasha Banks, a few here and there with Bayley that were good, not all of them though. She had a classic at WrestleMania 34 this year with Asuka. She beat, of course, ended Asuka's undefeated streak, which again, has sent Asuka downhill. But the match I thought was still great that they had. And, again, she's doing some great stuff right now with Becky Lynch, despite the fact that they're trying to get us to root for the wrong person. As Charlotte should be the heel, Becky should be the face. Still take away from it. It's still been a great story to follow through. But again, she's definitely already, despite the fact that the not as good booking lately, she's definitely made herself like one of the better women's wrestlers of all time. No doubt about it. I wouldn't say she is the best yet, though. Like, of course, there's not so much she can really do at this point. But Charlotte is my number 4 on my list. Let's check the live chat again. Let me see here. Is it wrestling or appearances? Oh, for are you talking about for the stream? Or are you talking about for Evolution? It looks like segments or looks like looks in segments or just in-ring skills. I'm still very lost. I'm sorry. China was a pioneer as well. I do agree. No, Tony Storm is still a babyface. And what's up, Larry? Cheering for Tony Storm again. Man, that was awesome. Wynn puts Fabulous Moolah up here. Tori Wilson is an honorable mention. Stephanie McMahon, nah. Maria Kanellis, man, not. I wouldn't say the top 10. Michelle McCool was a close one also. She says Charlotte deserves to be here, but she's overpushed. I don't think she would be the one to surpass Trish. She doesn't think. Alexa's on here as well. I mean, I don't hate Alexa, but I do feel she has been a little bit over. She is a little bit overrated for this early in her career, so not yet. Becky, I give her a little more time. Becky will eventually make this list. Kairi Sane, Asuka, Shayna. Kairi too early, I'd say, to consider one of the best of all time. Asuka, well, if she was be booked on the main roster, she'd easily be on this list. Shayna Baszler, again, still has more to prove me on. I mean, she's great at NXT, but has to prove on a main roster. Kelly, she was all right, but I wouldn't say top 10. Same with Eve Torres. Sasha, if Sasha Banks was booked better on the main roster, she would definitely be on this list. Paige, as much as I would love to put Paige on this list, again, I feel like, she didn't quite, capitalize on what she could have been in her career. She was just really starting to find, the true niche that was going to make her into a legend when she first came back, but again, got cut short. Bayley with the bad booking, couldn't put her on the list. Maurice, maybe. Ronda, not yet. Naomi and Nia, nah, not them yet. What about Ember? I think your top 3 are Becky, Lita, and Trish, and your honorable mentions are Bayley and Michelle. Becky's not on my top 10 list because she was underutilized for a long time. But again, if they keep booking her better, I think she will eventually be on the top 10s. Yeah, Michelle McCool is more so. Bikini segments, promo, magazine shoots, and wrestling wise, I mean, in ring skills. Yeah, maybe this is more so. This list is more about in ring skills. I pretty much would say. Carmella, nah, Carmella's not in the top 10 yet. Stacy Keibler, maybe. Ruby Riott still has her ways to get into the top 10, but again, I do think Ruby can be a top 10 once she's evaded the Riott Squad, of course. We'll continue on here with my numbers 1, 2, and 3. So far we've got AJ Lee, number 10. Number 9 is Melina. Number 8 is Beth Phoenix. Number 7 is Alundra Blaze. Number 6 is Mickie James. Number 5 is Mae Young. Number 4 is Charlotte. Number 3, and this one is a prime example of someone that wasn't always about championships, but just a statement she made. China. China was, you know, the valet to Triple H and DX for the most part of her career. But of course, with her size and whatnot, she had a few women's title reigns. But of course, she was best known for, you know, entering the Royal Rumble match. I believe she entered it twice. I believe one of them she qualified to enter the Royal Rumble match. The other one, I think she was a surprise entrant. I believe she did have a feud with Chris Jericho for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm trying to remember who else she guy wise that she wrestled, but like she was just a bigger woman, and you know, she was more so about just, you know, making statements of what, you know, women can really do. Um, in the ring, besides just, you know, fight for women's championships all the time, and how she could definitely deal with the men. And I think she was definitely a great act to have. Unfortunately, stuff outside the WWE had prevented her from getting to the Hall of Fame. She died just a couple of years ago, which is unfortunate. But I still do think China is one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. Again, not just so much as for championships, but like the statements she made, you know, with her feuds with the guys and whatnot, which is why I had to give China the number 3 spot on this list. Numbers 1 and 2 are pretty darn obvious at this point. Number 2 is Lita. You know, Lita, you know, I feel, you know, was one of the best heel women's wrestlers. I mean, she was had like a back on again, off again feud, of course, with Trish Stratus, her real life best friend. But on TV, they were considered frenemies. And of course, you know, number 1, I'll just mix these two together. Number 2 is Lita. Number 1 is, of course, Trish Stratus. Again, I mean, I get these. I mean, again, Trish is probably more so number 1 because she had more of like the hero aspect to her. I mean, Lita. I mean, that was Trish. Lita, you know, although had her runs as a babyface, you know, her best work was definitely as a heel, especially when she was, you know, with Edge. Of course, you know, Lita also was kind of known for, you know, being with the Hardys since she was in a relationship with Matt Hardy for a long time until Matt Hardy had knee injuries, and she cheated on Matt Hardy with Edge, brought that feud to life. And of course, this also kind of elevated Edge more from being a mid-card wrestler into the main event spot as well. And of course, her and Trish put on, you know, again, made a statement by having a Raw women, not a Raw women's just a women's championship match in the main event of Raw, December 6th, 2004, which I believe Lita won that match. Trish Stratus, of course, you know, started off as a valet. Of course, she was, you know, pretty much, you know, Vince McMahon's, you know, sex object. Just pretty much, I get down and start barking, whatever the heck he was telling Trish to do, which that was getting a little goofy and whatnot. But Trish went on to show she was more just a valet. She had great runs to babyface. She'd have a heel run as well whenever, of course, she turned on Chris Jericho and aligned herself with Christian. But she definitely, I think, made the biggest statement out of all the women's wrestlers. I mean, Leah did too, but of course, you know, Trish Stratus, you know, made a big statement also. And of course, is, you know, having the most women's championship reigns right now, of course. But Trish, again, would have more of like the hero aspect to her, which is why I believe she is ranked at number 1. And that, guys, and again, don't go anywhere because we're about to get into the bonus topic. But so far, but after my first list, for my top 10 women's wrestlers of all time. Number 10, AJ Lee. Number 9 is Beth Phoenix. Number 9 was Melina. Number 8 was Beth Phoenix. Number 7 was Alundra Blaze. Number 6 is Mickie James. Number 5 is Mae Young. Number 4 is Charlotte. Number 3 is Chyna. Number 2 is Lita. Number 1 is Trish Stratus. Let's check the live chat here. She said, thanks for cleaning that up. Lauren's top 5 in ring are Lita, Trish, Melina, Mickie James, and Becky. Segment wise, Tori Wilson, I agree with that. Maria Kanellis, Maurice, Candice Michelle, and AJ Lee. I definitely think, like, you know, if you're looking at them more so, like, you know, segment wise, and whatnot, I think, you know, that definitely be a good list there. Victoria, I haven't seen too much work from Victoria, so I couldn't really judge her too well. Alita, she feels that Alita was better than Trish, to be honest, but Trish was amazing in her own right. Honorable mentions again, I definitely say, you know, Michelle McCool for sure. I mean, I can kind of say Natalia, even though she's hasn't really had too many honorable championship runs and whatnot, but I still think she has made a statement, being part of from the Hart family. I'd say that maybe Natalia. If Sasha, Becky, and Bayley were booked better throughout their main roster run, I could definitely have said them. Tori Wilson, definitely an honorable mention. Don't think China will ever be inducted, sadly, because she did adult film and had problems with Triple H and Stephanie. Yeah, that too. Also, she's just around 15 more minutes, and she agrees with about Natty. Yeah, Natty again, definitely be an honorable mention. It's just my girl. Oh, my girl Natty. Like I said, my girl Natty. Trying to think of anybody else that I could have put on this list that I did not. Not Alicia Fox. You could not get me to put down Alicia Fox, Ken. If Asuka was booked better on the main roster, definitely her. No doubt about it. Again, Kyrie and Shayna need some time on the main roster first before I can consider one of the greatest of all time, I'd say. But yeah. So once again, AJ, Melina, Beth Phoenix, Alundra Blaze, Mickie James, Mae Young, Charlotte, Chyna, Lita, and Trish are my top 10 women's wrestlers of all time. Lauren says her favorite diva of all time is Tori Wilson, and her favorite women's wrestler is Lita, which are two very good picks, I'd say. Who can I say my favorite? Well, definitely Paige, my favorite women's wrestler. Diva? I guess AJ Lee, since she was, even though she could have hung with the women's wrestling, I think, AJ Lee was consider her more of a diva. But still, Paige is still my favorite of all time. All right, guys. Well, right now it's just Lauren in the live chat. If anybody else joins us later, whether it's Larry comes back or Robbie or whatnot, guys, I'll check the live chat drive. I breeze through this top 10 list. Here comes my bonus topic. Now, Lauren did kind of suggest this a couple months ago. The cuffs are coming off, guys. I'm going to keep this one PG. You really want me to open up? You want me to be 100% honest? Well, guys, I am here to give you, and it's odd I'm saying this, I'm dressed up as a cartoon character right now. A guy who was shy enough from the Kanker sisters. Oh, God. No blame it. Wouldn't date any of the Kanker sisters. But yes, guys, it's time that I open up and give you my top 10 best-looking women in the WWE of all time. Who do I think? Who is my top 10? If I could rank my top 10 women that I definitely find attractive and whatnot, here comes that list. And most of these are pretty much recent. There's one superstar on this list, actually, that is not on the current roster and is somewhere else. Well, not all of them are active right now, but I'm going to do this, guys. Again, I'm going to keep this PG. I'm not going to be saying, oh, I wish I could get some of that, whatnot. But I'm keeping this appropriate, but I'm opening up. I got to say so. I got to be honest. We got Mark. What's up, Mark? Go all in. This is YouTube. You can do TV 14 boo. Oh my god. I'm not that type of guy though. I'm not the guy who looks at a woman and just says, oh, I want her ass, whatnot. No, I'm not that type of guy. But I'm gonna go out. Not gonna get too crazy here again, even though I'm doing this literally dressed up in a cartoon character shirt. Oh gosh. Okay. Here it goes, guys. Hopefully this list does not completely suck. But here's my top 10 most attractive women in the WWE. My bonus topic. And again, not all of these are active. Some are in NXT. And one of them's not on the roster anymore. She's off wrestling somewhere else. And yeah. So let's go for it. Number 10, Aaliyah. Aaliyah's in NXT, as I keep mentioning lately. She's recently turned heel. I've always, have noticed her in-ring talent, but I can't deny the woman's young and she's beautiful. I keep saying, I kind of want to see Aaliyah be treated more seriously than just, someone who's there just for the pinfall victories. I feel like she's getting somewhere recently, but I can't deny. I think Aaliyah's good looking. She's young. She's only like 23 and whatnot. Why not? I mean, if I wanted to meet Aaliyah, let's go, honey. But that's my number 10, Aaliyah. Number 9, Deonna Purrazzo, who recently liked my tweet, saying a tweet I posted of the photo of the WWE roster, and she is officially an NXT superstar. And I'm like, seeing Deonna Purrazzo makes me, as an NXT superstar, makes me happy because, yes, I noticed her in-ring talent, and I think she is definitely pretty good. She's young also. I think she's almost the same age as me. But she's beautiful. She's like that, like gentle going, beautiful, both on the outside, personality girl that I feel like would easily be a match at me, because that's like me. I'm not like, a big roughhouser. I'm not a big guy who's out there looking for women's booties and whatnot. Even though, someone on this list is there because of her booty, but that's me going a little too far there, of course. But I definitely think Deonna Purrazzo. I mean, of all the women on this list, Deonna Purrazzo, I think if I could go for personality wise, I think Deonna would probably be a little higher up on this list. It's just, she does do a mean looking, Fujiwara armbar, what is called, that she did in the uses the Mae Young Classic. But I definitely recognize her for her talents. I think she, I remember seeing her a couple times as like an extra on NXT. And, I thought this girl, she seemed like she had more to her. She went away for the indies for the past year or whatnot. She's back in NXT. She's talented. She's young. She's beautiful. She has a boyfriend, though, apparently, according to Instagram, when she posted on National Boyfriend Day. So, right. But she's my number 9 on this list, Deonna Purrazzo. Number 8, oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine, you blow my mind. The oldest person on this list, for sure, is Mickie James. I will not deny, again, Mickie James is almost 40 years old, but on a good night, Mickie James has shown me she can definitely be one good-looking woman, I gotta say. Definitely, back in the days when she was being psycho Mickie James, I thought she was quite attractive. And even now, in her Wonder Woman outfit she wore at Elimination Chamber, pretty good. And also, I gotta say also, the night that I thought Mickie James looked the best was last year on the September 25th, 2017 episode of Raw. I only remember this because of the face from Alexa Bliss and the punchline she gave Alexa, which Alexa looked pretty good that night also. She didn't quite make this list though, Alexa. But that night when the feud started with Mickie James and Alexa Bliss on Raw, the night where Mickie pretty much tells Alexa she was doing greater things in the ring much sooner than you were ever wearing a training bra. And Alexa was like, and then she was just like, and it looks like you're doing pretty good right now. And Alexa gets that like chuckle her face, like it was my thumbnail for my review that night. But that night, as I said before, my 205 Live, one of my 205 Live is recently, someone else will be on this list soon. I don't know, a girl in black and like tighter black clothing, like as always, been an eye catcher for me, honestly. And when Mickie James has the right outfit on, gotta say, she's pretty good looking mama, in my opinion. But she is number 8 on my list. That is Mickie James. Number 7 on this list, Becky Lynch. I'll be 100% honest and say that of all women who do attract me, I gotta say brunettes, even like redheads, attract me. Black hair, blondes, good. Some do, but I feel for some reason blondes, it's hard for a blonde to come across as attractive to me, and I don't know what it is. Even though I have blonde hair and whatnot, so I don't know. It's just an honest opinion, but I have nothing to do with blonde hair. Of course, blondes are beautiful, no doubt about it. But I don't know. I feel like blondes, in my opinion, are the least attractive out of all women. Of course, Becky Lynch, with her red hair, and even with her more fiery up attitude, is quite a turn on, I gotta say. I've always thought Becky was definitely beautiful. I feel like, as far as looks, Becky was a little underlooked with her looks because we got like the likes of people like Charlotte or the Bella Twins or Alexa Bliss, um, a couple other ones. Definitely I feel like are more noticeable for their looks. I feel like Becky Lynch is very underrated when it comes to looks. Again, she's beautiful. She's she has that. Well, before she became a heel, she had that attitude, also personality, and even like in real life, she seems like someone who would be like really sweet to talk to. When I watched a couple of videos of like fans being her and just the way she was interacting with them. It's like she seemed like someone that would be like my personality type of personality. Like she probably, again, if this is more or less on just strictly just personality, Becky would definitely be higher up there on this list. Like I said about Deonna Purrazzo before. I'm sorry, Deonna Purrazzo. But Becky Lynch is my number 7 on this list. Number 6 is someone else who I thought was very underrated, underutilized, and definitely felt underrated for her looks. Well, until she turned heel. She's not in WWE anymore, but I still follow her on Instagram and whatnot, and that's Emma. I always thought Emma was a pretty good-looking woman. I mean, when she first came up with from NXT, was the be honest, not really. Didn't really, strike me as like, oh, it's just that goofy looking girl, doing that move. But I don't know if it was what was it, the shades, or just the more serious and evil look that Emma would have all the time. But like Emma sure did something to change her look in some ways once she turned heel. Kind of found it quite hot, to be honest, in my opinion. I know, of course, we saw how many, bikini shoots with her when she was getting ready to be Emelina, which won't deny were pretty good looking. I don't watch porn or anything, or like I don't like go online and just look up skimpy women all the time when I'm not that type of guy. That's why this is me trying to be like reserved, but not like come across as weird. I don't want you guys think, oh, I'm Mike, some guy who goes on here and just looks up hot women all the time. No, it's not me because I don't look at women like that. But I can't deny good looks when I see them. I'll put it that way. Anyways, but I definitely think Emma also, by being underutilized as a talent, was definitely another good-looking woman who I felt wasn't, people didn't recognize her for that also as well. But Emma is my number 6 on my list. Number 5. Before I was saying, remember when I mentioned before that a woman usually in like dark, tight clothing, especially black clothing, really catches my eye? Well, that's why 2 weeks ago on 205 Live, I was tempted to call Mike Kanellis and say, hey, man, can I switch last names with you for a night being? Your wife, damn! Oh, my goodness. Maria Kanellis. Now, Maria Kanellis before, I wouldn't say was one of the most eye-catching women when she first returned. Well, I've seen some old highlights involving her. I know she did have a fling with John Cena, well, on TV. But you know what? She's not that bad looking, but she's not one of the best ones I've really seen as far as looks go. The moment she came out, though, on 205 Live 2 weeks ago, to distract Lince Dorado when Mike Kanellis came out to make his 205 Live debut. Woo! The makeup, the red hair, or brown hair, whatever color hair she has, I can never tell. That black outfit, damn! Literally, I had a rough week that week. She stole my week right there. Again, where the hell my phone go? Oh, my phone's over there because it's charging. Literally, I was close to looking up Mike Kanellis' number and saying, hey, man, can I, switch with you here for me? I mean, I'm the single man here. I mean, you're the married man. I wouldn't mind having a woman in my life. Can I, swap with you for a night? Kidding, of course. But, yeah, because that happened, Maria Kanellis went from, like, here's the bottom of the list. Maria was like, maybe 10 to 20. But then as soon as I saw that, she went up, I shall say, my friends. But definitely my number 5, Maria Kanellis. Number 4, she's also pretty young. She's on SmackDown. And Gotta say, Poison Ivy is, if Robbie's watching, Poison Ivy, I gotta say, she definitely has come across with some nights having some good looks, especially within the last week or so. I can't remember which night it was. They came out on commentary or whatnot. I thought her and her tag team partner looked like twins. I mean, Billie Kay is not too bad looking either. Peyton Royce, though. Well, like I said, Mickey James, when Peyton Royce has the right outfit on, oh God, like she's good looking. I mean, of course, don't get me wrong, her voice is quite annoying. I mean, well, that's how it's supposed to sound with her and Billie Kay, kind of be like, the snobby click heel that they are or whatnot, as the Iconics, which again, they're not receiving the worst booking, but could be a little bit better. But I can't deny that she's quite gorgeous, I gotta say. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've come across some pretty good shots she's taken on Instagram. I'm just like, damn, lady. I mean, I had seen her before, before she became more serious in NXT. I thought she had some potential. And then she started coming a little more often. I'm like, geez, for a skinny girl, she's not too bad looking. But I gotta give her my number 4, Peyton Royce. Number 3. I've ranted about this woman for a couple weeks now because of the position she's in with the company right now. As I always say, her wrestling ability is not legendary, but I cannot deny it. John Cena was quite a lucky man. I can't deny it. Nikki Bella's sexy. She is definitely one sexy mama. Even like whenever she comes out, like again, talk about dark clothing. Remember the segment where she told Brie she wished she died in the womb? Yeah, that awful segment. She was still wearing quite a hot dress that night, I gotta say. I mean, it's obvious Nikki Bella is best at sex appeal. That's the best she is. Her in-ring talent, I wouldn't say is awful, but just below average to average compared to what we see. If it was back towards the Divas era, she'd definitely be one of the better talents, but that's saying something. Can't deny it though. Nikki Bella just stands out big time though whenever she's around a group of women. You can't overlook her. I mean, Brie didn't quite make my list. I mean, yeah, again, if it was a personality list, Brie would definitely be on this list. Because again, Brie, although she's beautiful, again, I always say I still look at her more attractive for her personality rather than her looks. I mean, look-wise, I mean, on the outside, yes, Daniel Bryan married a beautiful woman, no doubt about it. But I didn't want to have both Bellas hog the spotlight on this something. But I gotta give credit to Nikki. Nikki, well, look-wise, Nikki Bella, boy. Again, John Cena was a lucky man. But it's not too lucky when it comes to an in-ring talented woman. Anyways, but that's my number 3. Number 2. Even though I think I saw one time she's dating Tina Sabatelli. And I did recently talk about how, blondes don't attract me as easily as brunettes or redheads and whatnot. But, the right blonde comes along. Yeah, she is quite, the turn on. Mandy Rose, especially, is one of them. She's hot. I will not deny. Mandy Rose is a young hot chick. She stands out. And, just the theme song also to sound seductive also as well, which comes out and was like, ooh, hello there, whatnot. She always comes out with again, her in dark outfits match well. Mandy Rose just looks good in anything she puts on, I feel, in my opinion. But even though she's not that great of a wrestler, she's still definitely one of the best looking women on the roster, which is my number 2. Number 1, no doubt about it. You guys already know. It's Paige. Number 1 is Paige. The moment Paige came out on Raw and led WrestleMania 30, and I'm like, oh, who's this one right here? She's young. She's only a year older than me. Actually, she's technically only 13 months older than me. Or I can't remember her birthday. I think her birthday's in August. Yes, she's 13 months older than me. Dark hair, brings a different type of appearance out to the ring. Even with her shorter hair. I mean, I'll be honest and say girls with short hair don't really attract me. But Paige, for some reason, has made it work. I still think she's beautiful. And, again, she's young. Her personality also is, Again, she seemed to have some crazy days a couple years ago, back when those inappropriate things leaked by her. But again, that's just what she did. Paige should be punished because she once was had a huge liking for having sex and make videos about it. But again, she shouldn't be punished for that. Um, but I just Paige has always been my favorite in the ring, and my biggest celebrity crush when it came to the WWE, of course. So what can I say? Paige is hot. She's the best looking. If I could pick out of any woman that I wish I could date in the WWE, it would definitely be Paige. So guys, let me read over that top 10 list one more time. Go to the live chat to see what you guys had to say about that, or if you had anybody else you'd like to add to the list. Let's see. My top 10 most attractive women in WWE. Number 10 was Aaliyah. Number 9, Deonna Purrazzo. Number 8, Mickie James. Number 7, Becky Lynch. Number 6 was Emma. Number 5, Maria Kanellis, especially 2 weeks ago. Number 4, Peyton Royce. Number 3, Nikki Bella. Number 2, Mandy Rose. And number 1, this is my house, Paige. That, my friends, is my own little deep, dark secrets of my 10 best women who I definitely find attractive in the WWE. Even though Emma's not in the WWE anymore, she's still there. Let's check the chat of live. Let me see here. Let's see what we got here. Lauren Wright versus Paige. Lauren's top 5 beautiful are Tori, Maria, Mickie, Melina, and Maurice. Which, let me see. Tori Wilson, yes. Maria Kanellis said yes. Mickie, Melina, she's all right. Not the most well. Maurice, I definitely say is an honorable mention. I don't mean like being like that. When I say TV14, I know you can rant and curse if you want. I know, but again, it's not me. Her top 5 best bodies are Paige, AJ, Sasha, Nikki, and Alexa. Alexa, definitely an honorable mention. Sasha, kind of. I mean, she says she thinks women are beautiful and she's a girl. I know, but I don't know. Again, I still find a hard time trying to look at a man and say, is he a good-looking man? I can look at a man and say, he looks like a ladies' man. That's not me, though, unfortunately. Let's see here. Lauren thinks that Kairi is prettier than Asuka and Io. I kind of give the edge of those 3. I give the edge a little bit to Io, then Kairi, then Asuka, because Asuka doesn't really attract me anymore. Mark says, I think Kaitlyn should have stayed retired if she just came back for the Mae Young Classic and not for good. Definitely. I mean, maybe she'll be back longer. We see. Who knows? I mean, I felt she should have gone to one more round. I mean, I respect the fact that they wanted to make a bigger name out of a more reliable, like long-term star in Mia Yim. I think Kaitlyn should have at least gotten to the quarterfinals. I think. Let's see here. She says Paige is still pretty, but lose those fillers on her clips. I definitely think sometimes she does put on a little too much makeup. I'll be real, that is a little. She does definitely does. I do agree that, especially with that commercial. We're going Paige here. Like, sorry, a little too much makeup there, Paige. Mickie, yes, is gorgeous. These women are also stunning without makeup. Black is more sliming. Who's number 9 and 10? Again, 10 was Aaliyah in NXT, and then Deonna Purrazzo from the Mae Young Classic and now NXT's number 9. Becky has always been pretty, even with straight hair, and she's prettier as a heel as well. I think so. Paige, Nikki, and Lana are your top 3, I'm assuming. Lana didn't quite make my top 3, but she definitely would be there. Tori Wilson again. Lana definitely was one of them. Trish and Lita, honorable mentions. Candice Michelle, I gotta give credit to her. She thought Emma was okay. That's fine. Eve Torres, yeah, I can say she was good looking. Sorry if I have to do honorable mentions. Ashley Mazzaro, haven't really seen too much of her, so I couldn't quite say. I think Sasha was better looking in NXT than on the main roster. Mark says his picks are Kelly. I can agree. Carmella on a good day, yes. Nikki Bella. Kairi Sane, yeah. Again, Kairi's more so cute than like I can't say anything too ridiculous. Caitlyn, yeah. Io Shirai, Charlotte, Becky, the Iconics, Peyton Royce over Billie Kay. Lana, ooh, Summer Rae. Forgot about Summer. JoJo to me, eh. Zelina Vega, somewhat. I'll give her credit. Paige, Charlie Caruso, and Kathy Kelly. I can give them honorable mentions as well. And Sasha Banks. Mandy and Kelly. Of course, a lot of us definitely think Mandy Rose is good looking. Nice list. Check me out this weekend for my stream. Head to bed. Great stream as always. See you Sunday. Thank you for joining me, Lauren. She doesn't find Zelina good looking. And that's pretty much that. But yeah, guys, sorry the stream kind of felt a little rushed and not too organized and waned again. I just had a long day. I was at the funeral home for 4 hours and went out to eat with some family afterwards. And I had to come back and pack. So I'm kind of in sort of like a rush mood. I think I feel a lot more cool and relaxed. Now, of course, I got to pack up this costume. Well, not quite a full-out costume, but, somewhat a costume. But, yeah, guys, again, I may try to do a level or two of Halloween 3D tonight. I will not be able to do the Takeover War Games card, but either way, this is one of my last videos I'm going to be doing until Sunday night when I do my Evolution live review. Again, I will not be available all this weekend because I'm going to be going to a bachelor party out of town, and it should be quite fun. So I will be home. I should be home in time for Evolution, maybe a few minutes late for the start of Evolution, but I definitely will be catching Evolution sometime this Sunday, and I will be doing a live review sometime late Sunday night. So make sure to catch me live for that. Thank you to Larry, Lauren, Mark, and Bull Eyes for joining me for this special live stream for my top 10 women's wrestlers of all time. And of course, my bonus topic was my top 10 most attractive women in the WWE. But yes, guys, that is it. Guys, thank you again for these for this month. October was mostly women's topics because of the Evolution. So maybe in November I'll do the men's, the top 10 men's. I'm not going to do, I'm sorry, I cannot pull myself to the top 10 best looking men. I'm sorry, even though I'm a guy, I can't come myself to begin going that extreme. So probably won't do that, but I will doing sometime back to men's topics in November. So guys, who are your top 10 women's wrestlers of all time? And if you want to go do the bonus topic, who are your top 10 most attractive women's wrestlers of all time? Leave that down in the comment section below, and I just dropped some on the floor. And be sure to click my like and subscribe or comment to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAirBrian3 again. Besides maybe another level 2 of Halloween 3, don't expect another video on this channel until Sunday for my live review of WWE Evolution 2018. So until then, guys, I am checking out. I will see you guys all later. Have a great night and have a great weekend. Peace out, everybody.